Arsene Wenger stunned football on Friday morning by announcing that he will finally step down as Arsenal manager at the end of the season after 22 years in charge. The 68-year-old Frenchman, who joined Arsenal from Nagoya Grampus all the way back in 1996, has won 10 major trophies during his time in North London and will be remembered as the club's greatest ever manager. Here, Sportsmail's reporters give their views on whether it was the right time for Wenger to go. Should he have left the club earlier, or did he have another few years left in him? Ian Herbert: most certainly it's the right time to go. Arsenal are the biggest club in Europe's biggest and most glamorous city, and yet find themselves sucked into a pit of mediocrity. They have been content for years that a third or fourth place domestic finish and continental irrelevance is acceptable. Players need to live on the edge with a manager. There always needs to be a little fear. That's long gone. He should have walked away last May, after a record-breaking 7th FA Cup final success, secured against all the odds. Matt Barlow: no. The right time in hindsight was 2014, after the first of his final 3 FA Cup wins when he was out of contract, but this is not a day to linger on mistakes or the bitter end. It is a day to salute Wenger's immense contribution to Arsenal and English football and will him to a victorious end in the Europa League. Sami Mukbel: yes. It's been quite a journey, but all good things must come to an end. Truth be told, he should have gone last season, if not sooner. He'll be missed, but the club, under Wenger, have been at a standstill. The players aren't responding to him. The fans are disinterested. It's a sad end, but the right decision. Chris Wheeler: no. He should have gone some time ago. It's been clear for a while now that Arsenal are a team in decline, and Wenger's decision is an acknowledgement that he has taken the club as far as he can. It's a shame he didn't make it several years earlier because, sadly, it will tarnish what deserves to be recognized as a proud legacy. Jack Gauhan: no. Arsenal have regressed so much that it could take a new manager far too long to correct. He'll rightly be remembered for the first decade, but the second has been exceptionally damaging. Craig Hope: no. He should have gone far sooner. Arsenal have been allowed to drift for at least 4 years now, and, if anything, they are getting worse, not better. Wenger could not face the truth of his own malaise and that of his club. A brilliant man, a brilliant manager. Sadly, though, he outstayed his welcome at Arsenal. Kieran Gill: I thought Wenger should have left Arsenal last season and was advocating for him to make an announcement when there were 5 to 10 games of the season to go. That way, the Wenger out brigade and naysaying fans would then have had their chance to show some appreciation for one of the Premier League's greatest managers. They now have that opportunity. Dominic King: he has made the right decision. Change, some would say mutiny, has been in the air for too long now, and it would inevitably have ended up turning nasty. The last few years have been difficult, but when I think about Wenger, I will always remember the teams of the first half of his reign. Big, strong and quick, that played with balletic grace. He always answered your questions in press conferences, always had a sensible opinion on the game. He is, quite simply, a legend. On this occasion, the most overused word in football is totally fitting. Adam Crafton: he should have gone at the end of last season, perhaps earlier, but we should respect his decision to do it now, early enough for the club to make a good appointment and to make summer transfer plans. It's the right decision, but it still feels like a massive shock. Laurie Whitwell: yes. Given this was always going to be Wenger's decision, an earlier departure was never plausible. His pride and belief in regaining former glory saw to that. He really ought to have left after beating Aston Villa in the 2015 FA Cup final. Or even last year when defeating Chelsea in a rare throwback performance. But that game gave optimism Wenger could yet build again. It was of course false hope. After the vitriol of recent years, this season has seen apathy instead, and the empty seats at the Emirates meant only one outcome. An announcement now means that tributes can be given justifiable air while also galvanizing the squad for a final attempt at silverware. Winning the Europa League, ironically granting the next Arsenal manager a place in the Champions League, would be a fitting full stop for Wenger.